From coffee to shampoo to hand sanitizer, First Stop Shop is your one-stop, conveniently located at the nearest Delta Petroleum gas station.
Delta Petroleum, serving the Caribbean.
It is Tuesday, 9th April, and I am here with you to present THG News today. My name is Mervyn Henley. Good morning. Still under the weather, but I just had to be here this morning because so many of you depend on THG to bring you the morning news. I have tried honey for this flu or whatever it is. I have tried lemon. I've tried orange juice. I've tried soup. The only thing I have not tried is some good old rum. So that will be next. But I will give it my best shot this morning in presenting you the news. I won't be giving much commentary on the news because the voice is not there to do so. If you have not subscribed to our channel as yet, I thank you in advance for doing so because you just did. You just subscribed to THG News today, THG Network, and I thank you for that. THG News is powered by Delta Petroleum, Carl & Sons on St. Martin, and Thesis on Nevis. We begin this morning with news out of Dominica. On March 29th, the boiling lake was observed to experience a significant drop in water levels, where there was little to no water observed in the lake. Since then, there has been some partial refilling of the lake, with water levels remaining low and fluctuating somewhat. However, activity has increased, with water temperatures of 84 degrees Celsius being recorded and visible venting observed. The public is reminded to be cautious when visiting the boiling lake there in Dominica, as it continues to experience instability. The UE Seismic Research Center and the ODM, that's the Office of Disaster Management in Dominica, continue to monitor the situation and will provide updates accordingly. And the UE Research Center and the Office of Disaster Management, they are the only official sources of information on the volcanic activity in Dominica. So we will get our news from them and, of course, disseminate it to you out there. Yes, let's keep our eyes on Dominica and to see what's happening there as far as volcanic activity. Now we move to news from St. Vincent. Thousands of ULP supporters on Sunday night gathered in Arnorsville, St. Vincent to commemorate the tenure of Comrade Ralph Gonsalves, the long-standing leader of the left-leaning administration who has held office for a span of 23 years, according to St. Vincent Times. Gonsalves, who is seeking election for a sixth term, recently stated at a party conference that the party plans to persist in implementing its social democratic agenda throughout the upcoming term in office. Finance Minister Camilo Gonsalves, who is the son of Ralph Gonsalves, expressed that the party possesses a favorable combination of youth and seasoned individuals and assures that the country is in capable hands. Guest speaker on Sunday night, Jamaican politician Damien Crawford, said St. Vincent and the Grenadines is in safe hands with the Gonsalves government, stating that when he last visited the island, a plane was landing. Today, Sandals is now part of your island's tourism product, Crawford said. I don't even know what he means by that. When he last visited, a plane was landing. I don't understand that. What is that supposed to mean? Mr. Producer, do you know what that's supposed to mean? Because I don't understand that statement. But that's what he said, right? The main performers for the celebration on Sunday night, Jamaican artists TJ and Marcia Griffith. And here on the screen, you're seeing Prime Minister Gonsalves and TJ getting it down for you there in a studio in St. Vincent. And I must say, over the last, 4 or 5 years, there has been significant development taking place in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And so I don't know if the administration woke up one day and say, hey, we need to begin to produce for the people. Because at one time I was what must I say, somewhat disappointed in the Gonsalves administration, because I think with all the time in office, they could have done more for the people of St. Vincent. But I see that there has been much progress, especially over the last term. And I believe with that, I will not be surprised if he actually picks up seats in the next election there in St. Vincent. And hopefully myself, THG, hopefully we're there to cover some of the campaign activity in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Bermuda for some news this morning. Now, former Premier Sir John Swan yesterday suggested he could return to the political arena if he had the support from the public. The almost 90-year-old, 88, but he looks good and he sounds good for his age. The 88-year-old made an impassioned plea for Bermudans to consider putting themselves forward as independent candidates for seats in the House of Assembly and said he could be one of them. In a message to the voters of Smiths North, he asked, "Would you like for me to run in your district? Would you support me? If I don't get a response and there's no public feeling about it and the people want to stay where they are, guess what? I don't suffer." You hear that statement, folks? I don't suffer. So he's saying, listen, this is all up to you. If you guys want better, I can provide better. But I have already made it in life. I am almost 90 years old. I don't know what else he can do, but he said he can do more for the people, right? And so he's not going to feel it whether or not you vote for him or whether or not you vote for the government that he claims may not be doing. He's fine with that. He's fine. But he just want to help, according to him. Let's continue. The seat was made vacant by the retirement from politics of one Bermuda Alliance MP and the former Premier Michael Dunkley last month. Sir John publicized 2 telephone numbers and an email address so that constituents can make contact to express whether or not they think he should stand. He said, "Constituency 10, if I haven't heard from you, then I will not run." This sounds like Trump on, what's that show called? I'm blank right now, but that show... I'm telling you, you hear what he's saying? I will leave it up to you. If I don't hear from you, if you don't call me, if you don't email me, I will not run. Sir John did not say how much positive feedback he felt was required to enter the race, only that he would make a decision once David Burt, the Premier, announced the date of the by-election. Well, yesterday afternoon, just a few hours after Sir John finished his press conference, a government spokeswoman publicized that the by-election in that same constituency Sir John is speaking about will be held on May 22nd. Seen as the architect of modern Bermuda, Sir John was first elected to Parliament in 1972, winning the Paget East constituency for the United Bermuda Party. He became Premier in January 1982 and stood down in 1995 after a referendum on independence was rejected. So here we go. We'll find out in the coming weeks. The election is late May on what Sir John decides to do. And finally, in our news this morning, you're looking at a photo right now of the Embraer ERJ-145 jet has been spotted with the LIAT 2020 logo as the airline gets ready to carry test flights. More test flights, that is. The planespotters.net was the first to post images of the plane. In February, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown said regional shareholder governments in the now defunct LIAT 1975 Limited have agreed to sell at least 3 planes to LIAT 2020, enabling the interregional airline's debut. Brown called the measure significant because it would help the new airline launched in conjunction with Air Peace, a 2013 Nigerian private airline, transition smoothly. The government of Antigua agreed to pay $12.1 million into an escrow account for the acquisition of the other planes owned by the Caribbean Development. I am happy for that news, and I am supporting LIAT. I want to see LIAT back in the air. I just think that other airlines, they've been a big disappointment to travelers, really. All time late, well, you can say the same thing for LIAT, but LIAT was also reliable and safe in my view. Yeah? So I am very happy. It may sound biased, but I'm happy that we're going to see LIAT again in the air in just a few weeks. That is our news for this morning. I made it. I'm going to work on this flu, and I thank you for joining me. The news, of course, is sponsored by Delta Petroleum, Feezes on Nevis, and Carl & Sons on St. Martin, with 2 locations on the island, Ponfil and in Cold Bay. Do join me again tomorrow morning, God's willing, at 6 Atlantic Standard Time for a similar presentation. I am Mervyn Hanley. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Marlin Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Cold Bay and on the Punfill. In Cold Bay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Cold Bay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.